got it on?
Red means on, right?
Oh, yep, red means go.
So we're on.
Everybody make sure you have your microphones on green, please.
All right, 7 o'clock, I will call to order the Montrose City Planning and Zoning meeting for Wednesday, January 31st, 2020, or January 13th, 2021. First item is call to order.
Fine. Where are you starting?
You can start.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sylvia, Henry?
Yeah.
Justin Emery.
Mike Scanlon. Sean Cobb.
Sam Solers.
Tom Harwood. Joe Smallwood. Daniel Elder.
Jeff Belcher.
All right, it would be pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is approval of the agenda.
And I'm going to amend that. We need to add, we're going to make agenda item number 5, oath of office. At the Monday regular city council meeting this past Monday, the city council did approve to have Mr. Smallwood back on the Planning and Zoning Commission, so we're going to do oath of office. So I need to add that to the agenda, please.
Okay.
So you can just make the motion to approve the agenda with the amendments that I just stated.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the adjustments that I made.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Okay,
All right.
you want to raise your right hand?
I, Charles Smallwood, do solemnly swear that I support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that I will faithfully, justly, and impartially discharge the duties of the Planning and Zoning Commissioner for the City of Montrose, Minnesota, to the best of my judgment and ability, so help me God.
Okay, thank you, welcome.
Welcome, Chuck. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, next item, which will now be item 6, will be approval of the minutes from October 14th, 2020 Planning and Zoning meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of November,
October 14th.
October 2020.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, at this point in time, I'll need a motion to close the planning and zoning meeting and open the public hearing.
And I did put the wording in front of you, each of you, so that you have the wording if you're going to make a
Yep.
motion.
Did we get the agenda done yet?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to close the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting and open the public hearing.
I second it.
You have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, so now we will open, now that the public hearing is open, we are here to look at a conditional use permit for 345 Garfield Avenue South. They want to put in a garage. So, Daniel,
Yeah,
give us the specifics.
sure. This is a conditional use permit from Ruth and Dennis Isaac. Specifically, the reason that it's a conditional use permit is that the combination of the attached and the detached garage that they're putting in is over 1,000 square feet, which triggers a review of the conditional use permit. In total, it's 1,444 square feet is what the detached and the attached or detached garage would be in combination. So basically, we're just reviewing to see whether or not we want to do this conditional use permit. They provided dimensions of the building that is there. It does meet the dimensions. The only thing that they do need to provide, though, is setbacks. do not have that, and that's just the side yard setbacks. They do meet the front and the rear yard setbacks as far as the zoning code goes. And then the other thing that, as I had mentioned as an approval, would be that it would need to match the house as far as the siding goes, at least in color, and that they wouldn't conduct any business there. And so this is just a typical review of this, if you guys have any questions.
Mr. and Mrs. Isaacs are here today, so if you want to come up to the podium so that you can answer any questions they may have.
Sure.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
So then the first one I would have is the side yard setbacks. Have you guys got those?
Yeah, it's going to be 10 feet from the side, from his place. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Do we need anything more than that?
If you could just like add it to the drawing, maybe have a measurement, that'd just be fine. I think that would confirm.
Yeah, it's not
Just
something we-
just for our records, and I think that would be
Great,
what we want.
you're okay with where we're putting it and everything?
I'm absolutely fine with it and fully support the garage.
Yeah, no, we just want to make sure that they fall within the ordinances of the city.
Yeah.
We'll make
That-
sure.
that's what
Yeah, I just need something on record.
Yeah, we need something in writing that says that that's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you could amend the drawing that you gave me earlier, the measurement, and that's all I'm saying.
that's not a problem.
I have one question, what is the minimum setback?
10 feet
10 feet?
on that particular side, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so as long as they're,
I do have one question for you, Mike.
yeah,
The question I was wondering about is, we wanted to build it a pole-style building,
okay,
but we wanted to match the house.
okay.
Is that going to be okay, or do we have to have it all stick built?
Well, I don't think that,
The building inspector had no issue with that, to my knowledge, it's just that you needed to match the color of the house.
Okay.
yeah, I don't
It
think,
may be different siding because the fiberboard or whatever that we've got on there right now. In a few years, we actually hope to get rid of that. So, you know, it would probably be a aluminum siding anyway.
so then you're gonna put steel siding like a standard, any standard pole barn,
Yeah.
steel roof. Is that,
Yeah, we have a steel
How's that
roof on
going?
our house right now.
What was that?
I said, how would that fall into matching the existing?
The way, when I talked to them and talking to Deb, I think we were just on the decision that as long as there was a nice finish of the metal, that the color match is what we would be fine with, I think.
Yeah, I mean, pole barns are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the time when they're done, they look pretty good, but yeah, as long as the color.
That's it.
Originated, I guess.
We're
Yeah.
pretty sure you didn't want
Not
to, sorry, pretty sure you didn't want to move forward with the project if you had to do it out of wood, if I remember.
Well, we would still go there for the.
Yeah.
And then again, when you came before us the last time, our issue, one of the issues was the height of the garage door and the size of the peak, so I'm assuming you don't have a 12-foot door in there anymore?
No.
Because I think that was the issue last time. But-
I'm gonna put an 8-foot door in there. instead.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that door was gonna be so we could fit the RV,
Right.
but we're gonna side.
Okay, because I remember that being the one sticking point from when we did it the last.
Not everything is ideal.
Isn't that the truth? All right, does anybody
Anybody
on
else?
the commission have any questions, or anybody in the audience?
Comments, criticisms? I feel like a school teacher.
Any other commission members have any questions?
So then we just need a motion to close the public hearing.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
You gonna decide tonight?
They will make a recommendation to the city
Yeah,
council.
well, it's kind of gonna be conditioned on you guys getting those setbacks to
We'll
Dan
get that here.
in the plan.
All right,
So, yeah, well,
all right.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
I was gonna ask you another question, I forgot what it was.
Well, you can ask us if we remember why you're still
All
there.
right.
All right,
Okay, thank you.
yep.
Did you go?
No, we just closed the public hearing.
Did ya?
Yes. I believe we did. And open back up the regular meeting. So, discussion. Anybody have a problem with sending this to the city council?
I'll make a motion to send it to council.
I'll second it.
I think we should add to that,
The new schematics on the lot.
Sorry, what was that?
He made a motion to send it to the city council with the caveat that they get the side yard setback put in the plan and give it to you guys. All right, we have a motion. Was there a second?
Yes, I
We have a
second it.
motion and a second. Any other discussion? All right. All right, call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Next into old business, which I don't, do we have any old business?
Not to my knowledge.
No.
All right, next would be city planner updates.
Sure, so there's a couple things that, let me shoot this done. So I know that the preserve came up. We did the sale of the preserve to the company, which I'm forgetting the name of right now. Do you know that?
The Bremer
The
Group.
Brummer Group. And so that's going forward. We are waiting on them to do a water test, and then based upon the water test, they're likely to move further with a proposal or an application with that. The next thing that had come up was that the laundromat, our Snap Fitness with the laundromat was a proposal that has come up, and I know that the city council is working on that. But as part of that, though, there was interest in putting in a subway there, and that would come to the planning commission because they would need a CUP for the drive-through. And so that's something that we discussed.
That would be.
The subway where next to the liquor store?
Yeah,
Okay.
So the front of the building would be the laundromat, Snap Fitness, but he doesn't need that much space. So he got a hold of a guy that owns the subway in Buffalo, and I forget what other cities he said he owns them in.
That's a friend of Jonathan's.
Oh, Delano.
Yeah.
And he was real interested in putting it in, and a drive-through can be put in.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we're really excited about it. So we're working with him.
and then, let's see here, another application that actually has been submitted by the Loomis Housing Corporation, whatever they're called. They're putting in a 14-home proposal there off of Steamboat Lake, Lane. That would be a PUD for the entire site, and that will be coming to the meeting next month. The Casey's, we have talked to the applicant. I haven't heard back from him recently. I don't know if you have, but we're just working with him. He will also need a CUP and rezoning, which would come to us when he applies and everything on that.
What's he gonna do on that?
He wants to rezone it, and then his conditional use permit would be for him to sell farm implements on the front of it. Essentially, he makes kind of or tractor implements, if I'm correct, for like
Log splitters and stuff like that.
So it's, what would you change the zoning from commercial?
It would go from the downtown to the highway commercial district, and then it would just be, he needs to showcase where he's going to have this there. And then the other part of that is he's hoping to rent out the other part of the business to somebody as well for the building. Waiting on him to apply for that. In the past, the larger Rolling Meadows addition, so up to the north, past Steamboat Lake, there has been some interest in that. We're just waiting for the applicant to move forward with that if they do choose, but they were interested in developing the whole site if they do come forward with the proposal, which if I remember, it would probably be about 100 homes, but that might be quite a ways off. They were just showing their interest in that, asking questions.
Sure.
The last thing is that there had been an inquiry about doing a lot split for residential property, but that would be an administratively approved thing. So that would be the updates I have for everything else. There's anything else you have for this?
The only other thing that I wanted to let you know is we're going to start looking at some of our ordinances, and one of the things that I want to look at is the parking pad ordinance. It seems to be a real burden for people to put in what we require, like the concrete or the asphalt, and I'd like to look at that again. See what you guys think about that.
These are on the sides of
On the side of
the parking.
Because what happens is we tell them what they have to do and they just put them in. They just lay gravel down and put them in. So if we want to have a cleaner process for putting those in, I think we have to decrease our restrictions on what they need to put them in with. And you guys may decide you don't want to, you might want to leave it the way it is, but I do want to look at that again.
So that's, businesses have to have a certain kind of parking lot, is that what you're saying?
No, homes,
Oh, homes.
So if you want to park your boat next to your garage outside, you gotta just park it on your lawn, you gotta have some. And it's been a requirement now. They just changed that a couple years ago to be tar or cement, basically what your driveway is.
and I understand why they did it, but what I'm saying is that we require them to either pour concrete or put, I think it's class 5. Yeah, and people just can't afford to do some of that. Some of these homeowners can't. It's a real burden on them, so I just like to look at that again.
Class 5 is a lot cheaper than tar or,
Yeah, they have to grade the whole thing though, and it's quite the process, so. And then I don't know if you guys have any other ones that you would like to look at.
yeah, I think we should look at 525 to see.
We're working with them.
Yeah, but I mean, not only to work with them, I think we have to change that ordinance some, because it has expired. If you read it, Deb, it has expired a couple of years ago even.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, I don't know how an ordinance,
Generally, you don't have sundowns.
yeah.
What's the 525?
That's Highway 12.
It's the Brown House on Highway 12.
Oh, and then,
The double light.
And I'm working with the residents on that. And there's someone that owns it, and then there's child rents it from them, and so I'm working with both of them, the owner and the renter.
well, I guess that if anybody on the commission has any ordinances that they think should change, bring them to the next meeting, then we can throw them in with
Yeah.
the rest of them. Take them off as they come along,
Okay.
would be my suggestion.
And Jessica from our office, I don't know how many of you know Jessica, but we've been talking about a few too and looking at them, so staff as well will go through them and we'll start working on some. There's some that I think need to be changed and that are a priority, so we'll start.
How many ordinances are there? It wouldn't be a bad idea to just bring one or two up at every meeting and throw it all in.
Oh, that's what we talked about, because here's the scoop, we need to get, when I started with the city in 2018, the city attorney at that time said, we need to get everything codified, and he said, don't do it until you have everything updated the way that you want it to. And as you know, Justin's been on a while, Sylvia's been on for a while, and Chuck has been too. We've been working on them slowly but surely to get them updated, because it's costly to codify them, and so I want to sort of speed up that process, so I want to start going through a few more than just one at every meeting. So we can get going with that, because people go online to look stuff up and we don't have it codified, it's not in order, so we need to get going on that. So please take time too, if you can, to look at them.
Yeah, everybody has an ordinance book, and I mean, quite frankly, everybody should read it.
Yeah.
So they have
Where do you
an
find
idea.
that?
You should, you don't have big 3-ring binders?
Oh, you probably don't.
Oh, I should stop by.
I turned mine
Have
into,
them get
You don't
it,
have
because it lists all the city ordinances,
Okay.
then you've got it with you.
Got it.
And that book is kind of not a good book either, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because it's not codified, so there's ordinances that have been
Right. I noticed that too.
approved. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the other things too that I want to bring up is Commissioner Scanlon has asked our city planner, Daniel, to get some information to him on PUD, and we are going to have a PUD coming to you probably in February is my guess. So as he gets that, would you guys like to have a copy of that as well?
So are you just gonna get the state statute?
I can give you a write-up.
I mean, yeah.
However you want, you know,
Yeah.
so I can give you the state statutes plus if you needed a write-up and stuff.
Yeah, well, since that's what we're working on.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody should have a copy of the
Yep.
state statute, so they have an idea.
Mhm.
Because I've read parts of it.
Mhm.
It can get rather confusing,
You can.
to say the least. So, and there's a lot in there.
Mhm.
So, anyway.
And then I failed to introduce to you our new city council member, Sam Solaris. He's going to be the liaison now for planning and zoning.
Glad to have you. All right, anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to, next meeting, Wednesday, February 10th, 7 o'clock, right here. Now I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Being adjourned.
Thank you very much, everybody.
What? No, we did that on the last one.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
How'd that end up?
Well, the guy never really wanted to do it in the first time. It's just that neighbor on neighbor.
Okay.
But,
You know what's gonna be good?